Okay, it's 7 o'clock. This April 11th Farmington Town Board meeting. And we have no public hearings tonight. See, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Steve? Fixing on the agenda is approval of the minutes of the town board meeting of March 28th. Second. Motion by Nate, second by Steve. Comments, corrections? All in favor? Aye. Aye. Thank you. Privilege of the floor or public concerns? Any privilege of the floor or public concerns? Anybody online? Privilege of the floor or public concerns? Okay, reports of standing committees, public works.
Yeah, a lot of just ongoing stuff down at the wastewater treatment plant. On digester 1. They filled that. It's now being drained, and they're just looking to dry it out. And hopefully, the company that's going to be repairing some leaks on it can get in there maybe this week with the good weather to patch the repairs on that. Still remove excavation coils as time permits. Hopefully the timers on the sludge pumps that we've talked about that has been awarded, work on that should begin this week. 332 and 96 water main, again, just waiting on the contractor as the weather gets better here to get in there and just finish up some last bit of restoration in that. We've talked about this, but again, we're going to be doing some smoke testing of the sewer system over in Doe Haven. That's tentatively scheduled for the first week in May. There will be a letter going out to notify anybody in the area of what's going on, and also door hangers as well, just before that work is done, just so people see smoke coming out of the ground. You know, it's nothing to be alarmed about. We talked about the lead and copper survey. We're actually looking at getting some interns this summer to help out with that process. Pump station 7, it is in service. We actually have gotten the schedule for the gas line service to be installed. And then all that'll be left there is just the standby generator, which won't be till August. But once the gas service is in, they'll be able to finish everything up. And then just unfortunately waiting on the company to get the generator delivered. Just one resolution tonight, just declaring some items surplus so they can get rid of them at auction. Highway and parks, again, a lot of ongoing stuff. Equipment maintenance is nonstop. They have finished roadside trash cleanup. Working today through this week, getting the new GPS units installed in the vehicles, the fleet across all the town. They did have to salt once since the last town board meeting, which let's hope that's the last for the season. They've been out cleaning up plow damage, and as they get dry topsoil, they'll be out with soil and grass seed. Plow stakes have been pulled. We've been doing some culvert and driveway pipe repairs and installs. And this week, the road sweeper has been out for the first time, cleaning up. Parks, again, ongoing building maintenance. Sports are starting up, so all field prep, doing some tree pruning. They did some mulching here at the town hall. And it was nice to see the install of the retention park. All the playground equipment there has been installed. And it's just our guys now finishing up the border, putting down rubber mulch, and hopefully by the end of this week, that playground will be fully functional again. And he's got 4 resolutions on the agenda tonight, and we can discuss those as they come up.
All right, thank you. Town operations.
Operations point. The 2 sidewalk easements that we had left for the TAP project, 96 just west of Mertency Road. Those have been drawn up to be sent to the property owners, hopefully to be able to accept those at the next town board meeting. And those will be the last easements we need for our sidewalk project. Public information meeting on the sidewalk and trail improvements, both in person and in virtual on Zoom. Do we have a date on that yet?
Not yet. We're waiting for the DOT to get back to us.
So again, this has been an ongoing, a grant project. We got quite a bit of funding from the state to put it. What is it? I can't remember the exact linear feet of sidewalk.
Well,
Depending on
originally,
the price of concrete.
yeah, when we prepared it, it was 17,000 linear feet, plus the pedestrian bridge, plus the stone dust trail connection to the Auburn Trail.
The concrete prices, we're hoping to get a couple hundred feet.
Oh, yeah, right. I don't think they'd come down.
The Ontario County Planning is, I know there's been a lot of discussion about this, but they're not going to be preparing a scope for conducting the municipal drainage district that we talked about. There's nine different municipalities, but they're still seeking funding from FEMA for that. Town Ag Advisory Committee meeting next week at 6:30. Public notices have been posted for that. Still waiting on Ontario County Tourism for its drafts report to the Board of Supervisors on the issues with short-term rentals, Airbnbs, stuff like that. Still waiting on responses from some of the parties involved with the signalized intersection at Route 96 and Mercer Boulevard. That includes the Tops Plaza, where Finger Lakes Coffee Roasters is, and then the construction that's been going on in between those two sites. Working on a draft determination for a seeker for the Farmington Market Center incentive zoning, but still on hold, waiting some responses from the applicant and the engineer. Still drafting some amendments to Chapter 9 of the Town Code, boards, committees, and commissions, just clarifying their responsibilities and the what each of the boards that we have in the town, what exactly their roles and responsibilities are. Still working on updates to Chapter 74 of the Town Code, and again, it's coming Monday. You guys are going to the awards ceremony for Ed Heminger being recognized by the New York Planning Federation as the Planning Board Chairperson of the Year for 2022. Everything else we posted on the town website.
Thank you, Nate. Now, reports from the town fictions supervisor. Bear with me. We had a great Easter egg hunt April 1st, over 350 kids, 4,000 Easter eggs, and a lot of prizes given out. Great turnout, great weather. We're still working on the water meter fee structure, should be ready by our next meeting. With the last water bill, we also included a second notice of the water quality test scores for the previous 12 months that averaged 97 micrograms per liter when 80 is the standard. I'm happy to report that the levels for 2023 are well below the limit of 80 micrograms. We will continue to flush our system and work with the city of Canandaigua to upgrade their system in the coming years. Won't be months, it'll be years. We take quarterly water samples for the second week of February, May, August, and November at 4 known locations approved by the New York State DOT: Hook Road, County Road 28, Belden Road, Loomis Road. On the finance side, still no word from Ontario County in the first quarter sales tax amounts to the towns and villages. Middleminster Bar, our accountant, sent the final audit for the town today to us. And we'll try and get that up on the website within a week. We got to review it first. Town board, just a reminder, we have a finance committee meeting next Tuesday at 8:15 a.m. here at the town hall. Ontario County, this is my visit week in the county. Yesterday was Public Works Committee. Today was the Ontario County Economic Development Committee meeting, and tomorrow is Ways and Means. And let me get the assessors I have for parks.
Okay, just a follow up on this morning. I talked about Calm Lake. We were able to get that log out of there. So we'll continue to monitor the levels on that and see if it holds where it should. Dan and I and Paul, we went out and marked out for the welcome sign on 96 to the west. So we'll get a dig safe on that. Hopefully we can get started on that next week. We did find a problem on Elizabeth Way today. Noticed a hole next to a catch basin, and The entire pipe under the road is rotted out, so we're gonna have to replace that. Probably have to close the road down for partial day.
Not that old.
It's not. Yeah, I'm not sure when it was put in, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pipe is. Pretty much gone. Needs a new one.
Anything else?
That's all I got.
Town clerk.
Settled taxes last Thursday with the county. Everything went well there, even with every program. We're still learning it, but it worked for us this year. Sarah is here with me tonight because next meeting I will not be here. I will be at a conference. And that's it.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Sure.
Tomorrow, we should be doing the last connection at the last water service connection on Town Line Road at the daycare center. And that'll be the final connection on that line to put the north line in service, and it'll be the end of about a 2 to 3 year project. I'm pretty happy about that.
In the zoning.
For March, we did 89 permits, did 195 inspections, 10 fire inspections and 44 zoning inspections.
Even though it's not the busy season.
We're pretty steady, yep. But we're getting there, full staff, so that's good. Lots of training going on and we'll hopefully be ready for the busy season.
Planning board, Ed.
We canceled the meeting coming up next week because there were no applications, so we'll continue again the first part of next month.
Huh?
Yeah, it's very rare. We'll pay for it, I'm sure.
I'll work on
Thanks, buddy, I appreciate that.
And with that, Ron, Director.
I think Councilman Bowerman covered everything that I have to cover. The only thing I could say is the town ops report has been posted on the website for public review. Once we hear back from the state DOT on their availability for the meetings of the public information meeting on the sidewalk project, we'll be getting that posted and out to the affected property owners. So.
Great. Bill, town engineer.
Yep, couple quick items. I did want to say congratulations to Ed, because I haven't not had a chance to say that to you yet. So congrats on the award. Klein and Brownsville Highway should be awarded tonight. That's on the agenda. So we'll be progressing that project. A number of upcoming water projects for the year. Probably first thing will be North Road Water is out to bid, pre-bid being held tomorrow. So that one will be the first one to bid. Design proposal coming up for Grove Park. So we'll be working on that project. And Pete, you touched on a THM violation. So I think we're in pretty good shape with the EPA. We've fulfilled all their requests to date. And I think we have a good positive feedback from the city of Canandaigua to work towards resolving the issue. So
Yep.
I think we're on a good track.
We and other municipalities have provided letters of support for their grant requests.
For their projects. Yep.
Millions
Yeah.
of dollars. Thanks, Bill.
Yep.
Assessor, please bear with me. Paul gave me a long reading here that I'll read into the record. Governor Hochul signed an order at the end of 2022 requiring municipalities to send a second notice to senior citizens in 2023 about the low income senior exemptions. This is in conjunction with the changes that occurred in 2022, requiring seniors to use income and expenses for 2 years prior instead of the immediate year, creating an overwhelming number of inquiries and confusions, as well as applications that needed to be screened for approval. There were 175 low-income senior exemption renewals completed applications. Approval letters were also mailed out today. There were 57 enhanced start applications submitted to the state, and all were approved and updated last week. Approval letters were also mailed today. There are 180 ag renewals and 15 new ag exemptions applications. Ag notices were mailed to residents today and carried all that stuff to the residents. This is a busy time of season with the county, the state required reports. One of the time consuming reports is mobile home residence updates. We're working with the county on exemption chargebacks, and those notices will be mailed by May 1st. We continue to collaborate with the county on the reval and adding values to our new inventory. We expect to be mailing valuation changing notices throughout the next couple of weeks, beginning as early as tomorrow. It's important for residents to know that the change of assessment is the result of market adjustments, new construction, or physical change to the property. If you would like to discuss your 2023 assessment prior to grievance day, please call their office, option 4, here at the town hall. Please bring any documentation to support your opinion of values, such as photos of deferred maintenance, an appraisal, or comparable sales in your neighborhood. And I will say that she picked up tonight the first subdivision, Farmington, and so we'll be processing them tomorrow and getting them in the mail. And then next week, more of the subdivisions. Paul goes on to say, if you do not agree with the informal meeting determination, or you choose to forego an informal meeting, you have the right to appeal. You must file a grievance request using form RP 524 with the Board of Assessment review on or before the 4th Tuesday in May, which is May 23rd. Forms are available online or at the assessor's office. Your hearing appointment will be scheduled upon submission of a completed RP 524 application. Best to submit it before May 19th. Instructions and forms, as well as publication entitled Contesting Your Assessment to New York State, are available at www.taxnewyork.gov or in the assessor office. Please note that your assessor and the bar can only review your assessed value. They do not set and cannot adjust your taxes. If you feel that your assessment is fair, your taxes are too high, your comments should be addressed to the appropriate taxing jurisdiction. And that again is from all of our acting assessors. Recreation posted yesterday or today on Facebook. The residents have May 1st and 3rd to sign up for summer rec. And then the resident other than Farmington residents can sign up May 8th and 9th. I believe that's at Mertensia Lodge. Agricultural Committee, Hal.
Yeah, I was able to attend the Habitat Enhancement Board meeting last week. Had basically 3 missions in mind. We had extensive discussions. I made them late. Maybe putting Tom Harvey was there. That was useful. The first topic I discussed with them was the intermunicipal drainage initiative they talked about. And I don't understand the whole process, except that the grant process is a process and it's slow. And they talk about that some. Then the individual that represents county soil and water conservation weighed in on the discussion in regards to what we're talking about in this town of going town-wide drainage district, and had some very interesting comments, particularly about the Black Brook drainage area. And I won't bore you with chapter and verse of that discussion, but it's his opinion that that's DOA. Just will never happen because of so much of that channel being in a wetland, the lack of fall across it, which is why it's a wetland.
And it's flat.
When you start looking at permitting, what a permit would actually look like and would allow and would require access through landowners, and just the sheer scale of the project, it was his opinion that that's just not going to happen in anybody's lifetime. There are issues that a lot of people aren't aware of, that programs that farm producers use for income protection crop insurance being one and so on. Utilization of any of those USDA programs is tied to a provision called swamp buster, which basically means you can't create any land without losing your eligibility for everything else. So for a variety of reasons, we'll discuss this at our committee in more detail. There was no encouragement from soil and water conservation regarding that proposal. I also talked to them a little bit. One of my tasks was to see if they were aware of agricultural zoning in other municipalities in the county. What we're calling an ag conservation district. And one of the first comments was, what's that? So short answer, no. There was some discussion by Tom Harvey about density control as a way to use zoning to throttle development somewhat, but I didn't get a lot out of that. And I also was tasked with just asking what was going on in terms of county ag planning. And I got the stock answer that all planners use, which was read the plan. Because there is a county ag enhancement plan that's done in 2017. At this point, no, I have not yet. That was a shorter discussion. That's what that was 17. I'm sorry, it's time to update it. Well, not my job. So they also talked about there are 4 commercial solar projects in the county under proposal. There was a little confusion. It's either 2 or 3 in the town of Manchester and another 2 in the town of Geneva. So there is activity going, and these are commercial scale projects, not. And our next meeting is week 2:30.
Very good. Thanks, Al. Right.
Yeah, you mentioned the assessment memo from the assessor. The town board meeting on the 23rd of May. Doesn't that conflict with the?
No, we're meeting on the 22nd, Monday the 22nd.
That's the point I wanted to get across, that we have a new, because of the 23rd being grievance day, we have to move to the 22nd.
We already approved that.
Yep, and the zoning board of appeals, which would have met on the 22nd, is moving up to the 15th of May. Just wanted to get that in the record.
Very good. Thank you. Communications are on file. Reports and minutes are on file. And we'll go to resolutions. First resolution is authorizing the sale of equipment to the town of Farmington from the water and sewer department. So moved. Motion by Steve, second by Ron. Again, this is equipment that auction in May. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Here's a resolution of proclamation for the 54th annual professional municipal clerks week, April 30th to May 6th. Motion by Nate, second by Mike. This is an annual proclamation that we do for our town clerk's office. Appreciate the work that all plays in that office. All in favor? Aye. Here's a resolution of successful completion of probationary period for Parks employee Jeremy Hammond. That's a pay increase of 70 cents an hour.
Second.
Which my Ron, second. Mike, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Or is the resolution authorizing the budget amendment for the general fund?
So move.
Second.
And basically, this is because we got more money from Charter Communications than last year. And they always give 5% of the town revenue to Finger Lakes television, so that's why we're doing this budget amendment of $2,550. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 5 is a resolution authorizing the budget amendment. Oop, that was 5.
That was 4.
No, I did 4.
4 to 5. 5 is another budget amendment for the general fund. And this is because we got a justice court grant in the amount of $6,686.
I'll move.
So moved. Motion Mike. Second by Nate. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It's a resolution declaring miscellaneous equipment as surplus, so we disposed of at auction that were just started.
Second.
We have 27 file cabinets, a couple of fire resistant cabinets, numerous sectional mat cabinets. So we reach out to all the municipalities in Ontario County and offer them first. And then we're not going to throw them in the junk. We'll reach out to residents or employees at fair market value if anything's left there. They're in good shape.
It's nice to see him going with all the scanning that we've been doing over the past years and all the grants we've got for scanning to get rid of all the paper and digitize it.
Right. Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 7 is a resolution to award a bid for the Klein and Brownsville Road highway improvements. Motion by Ron, second by Steve. And this is a project we've had on the books for a few years, and then we'll get around to award that. It's $540,400. The estimates were $600,000, so we're glad to get 5 or 6 bids, and 3 of them were under $600,000. Pretty competitive on that. All in favor?
Aye.
It's resolution authorizing acceptance of the monthly report from the supervisor for March 2021.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
9 is confirming resolution authorizing the highway department superintendent to fill an MBO position at the highway department. Second. Motion by Steve, second by Mike. That get somebody actually with a Class A license.
Got lucky.
Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Number 10 is abstract 7 of 2023 to pay the bills. General fund $50,109.83. Highway fund $29,395.91. Sidewalk capital project $94,812.31. Town park improvements $2,940. Water tank repair $926.25. Storm drainage $601.10. Sewer district $74,291.48. Water district $368,055.56. Payroll deductions $33.02. Total abstract $641,165.46.
Second.
Motion by Ron, second by Mike. Any extensions, corrections? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have training there, listed over $100 for a few of our employees. Don't have any other discussion on the agenda tonight? Any objections to waiting the rule, 3 resolutions? Hearing none. Resolution 1, authorizing the highway park superintendent to hire our vendors for the 2023 annual spring and fall cleans. So moved. Second. Motion is second. Again, that's May. We have
Number 14.
So basically, it's a possible recycling and e-waste shred tax for the 3 major vendors we use for that.
Were you able to reach out today to see about extending the shredding?
So we reached out to them, and then they told us today that they had a scheduling conflict and they can't do Saturday.
Oh.
The opposite.
Right.
Kind of the opposite. So I don't know if we're gonna try to reach out and find a different vendor, or we're gonna have to switch it to Friday to do the shredding. Which I know won't be popular. Susie said we did do it a few years ago. They did that. One of the vendors did that to us, so. We might have to do shredding on a Friday rather than Saturday.
On schedule.
Wish I could. I told them, just bring the truck over, drop it off, we'll do it.
Yeah.
They don't have a driver. So. Yeah, right.
Because you pushed the day up Thursday, Friday.
He's saying it might be Friday.
Might have to do the shredding on Friday rather than Saturday.
He doesn't want it.
No, I don't want to, but if I can't find another vendor.
All right, we'll keep it going.
Yep.
Thanks. All in favor?
Aye.
Number 2, waiver of the rule, resolution authorizing Parks Department to purchase fertilizer and grass
So moved.
Second.
needed this year, obviously, for.
Well, we ordered the fertilizer way back in February. And then we just ordered the grass seed. And they all came in at the same time, so they put it all on one bill, which put me over my limit.
Yeah, it was over your limit, that's why we do the resolution. Any comments, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Here's a resolution authorizing approval to pay invoices for Doyle Security that we have here. Any questions on that one? Just under $6,000 a year. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, staff or board members have anything else to bring to the board? Anybody online? Comments or questions? Anybody in the audience? Yes.
I was just wondering if you could go over the GoGov notification software. I know you had that in the communication section of the agenda, but we're going to talk about that.
Which software?
Yeah, the GoGov software for like notification. I was looking at the agenda.
Number 7 under the communication.
Yeah. They just are kind of sell us software. Like what it is what the fundings for. We're in the process of doing a major software upgrade for water and sewers. We just get in one bird. There's probably twice a month they get software companies to sell their product for that type of service.
Who's worth buying it?
No, you kind of get through the water and sewer one first by the 1st of June. Yeah. Motion to adjourn. So. Second my name, all in favor? Aye. Thanks, you. Thanks, yeah. Thank you, everybody.